Welcome back to another episode on Hinterland. At the end of the last episode, I said we would be into the deepest, darkest depths of December, and we certainly are. We have snow. And it seems a bit windy. So, first things first, I think just have a look and make sure that our animals have got some food and water for today. We've got a decent amount of milk there, which is good. An opportunity to sell that at some point. They've still got food there, and we have a second row of eggs. And our soybeans are ready to harvest, which might make it interesting in the snow. So I think first things first is we're going to have a look at the weather forecast for today to see if there is an appropriate time when it stops. Yes, so we can do our harvest this afternoon on the soybeans, which would be good. And we've obviously got a couple of fields that need planted and a harvested field that needs prepared. So I think what we'll do first is get planting this field. I'm going to plant canola so we can get our oil production back on, certainly on the smaller field up here. I'm assuming it will be alright to plant in the snow. We'll find out shortly. Let's see. Yep, so we'll let that get on with that. And we'll go and prepare the other smaller field across the river. It's quite blustery this morning. So anyway, I'm going to get on with this, and I'll be back shortly once we've got this and some more plans for the day. Ta-ta for now. Welcome back. We've finished cultivating the small field. I've swapped the tractors over, and the first field has been planted with canola, and I've just set the worker on to the larger fields to plant oats. The next point of call, I'm going to buy a bigger plot of land, because I think, well, one, we've got enough money, and two, I think it presents a good opportunity at this moment in time before the snow stops. Oops. It would help if I took off my we now attach the front mower. So I've been thinking about it, what we can do. So my view is this 39 slot here is a really good opportunity because it's same price as all the others really, but it presents a good land that's next adjacent to us. So that has now been purchased. Obviously, it's got some like grass on it currently and not in fields, but I'm going to go mow it all and then create it into hay probably and store it for my cows and top them up. Should present us with a good opportunity to produce a lot. I'm also going to have a look at the second-hand shop. So we've got a weeder and a Fendt tractor. I don't think there's anything in there, so it doesn't present us currently with a good opportunity to produce any. So I just want to check which part of this field. So it's in here. So what this should do is there should be a lot of grass here to produce. So if we just go around and cut as much as this as possible without obviously impacting on that field there, it would be good. We could create some silage and sell it. We're still not at a stage really yet where maybe TMR is an option for us. However, it'd be remiss of me to waste this grass before we create fields. Even if we just do some of it. Be a good opportunity. It ends there. There's not going to be much on this, but again is a good option for us. I'm just going to do this side of the road initially because I believe there will be a bit the other side and the other side of there, but we will just focus on this bit initially. I think I'm going across the edge there. Not sure how much further. That's it. I'll go straight across here. Like I said, it's free. It's free rough grass. It's not going to make the best hay. And it's not going to be the biggest crop, but it will enable us to generate some hay for the animals, for our cows, for the moment. Or alternatively, we can wrap it up and create some silage from it, if we wanted to. Anyway, I'm going to continue with this and I will be back with you once I've completed this mowing piece, and hopefully the snow we'll be stopping soon. Ta-ta for now. Welcome back. I've been a little bit busy while I've been waiting for the snow to stop, which it now has. So what I've done is mowed all this field and started to tether it. Because the snow's now stopped, we need to get the combine sorted in case it brings more snow. So I'm just going to get a worker on to do this. Whilst I'm also going to check on this because our shocking worker has failed again to plant the vast majority of this field, which is very frustrating. And then we will continue whilst the combine's going to tether this field, turn it into hay, and then we'll be able to row it up and bale it. So hopefully my two workers now will carry on okay. The combine should be fine. The cedar planter's having a bit of an issue. We need to catch up on the bits it's missed once it's finished again ourselves. Bit of a shame, we have issues with workers on this map, but just one of them things that we have to deal with, really. It's clear that this tether's too small, and I'd love it to be much bigger so we can do this quicker, but at the moment with the limited animals we've got, we don't really need to do a lot of hay. Obviously I'm doing it now just because it's free before we plough to create fields. I'm thinking of creating possibly 2 fields on this area at the moment to start with. I'll probably end up joining them later at some point, but should be okay with a couple. Might even create 3. Just depends. See how it goes. We certainly won't be able to create them today. My focus today is baling this into some hay bales, clearly dealing with the combine finishing, the cedar, and we'll need to fertilise them 2 fields that we've done. We've obviously got a 3rd field that we could potentially plant today, but with it being December, it will go dark early, so it may become difficult. I don't mind doing the fertilising in the dark, but the planting can become difficult. And the baling's not too bad in the dark as well, as long as we've got it all rowed up. And they can collect it in January then. I did want to sell the milk today, but we will check the price shortly and see which is the best month to sell it, because we may as well hold on to it into January if it's a better price in January than it is December. That combine isn't going to take too long to do that field, so I'm keen to get a self-cultivating plant cedar at some point, because cultivating the land does add a lot of time. Be much more efficient if we had one that do it all in one. And the sun is coming out after the snow. Clearly making hay in December's not that realistic, but we needed to do it. And then we can, like I said, we can plough the field. So apparently the seed has finished again. I'm not holding out much hope, and will possibly have to finish the rest myself, whatever he's got to. This is just about picking it all up. Oh, it's missed a bit. Very frustrating. Yeah, it's not going to pick that up, so I'll just whip down it in a second. Go straight down the middle of this one, which should not take too long. Keen to get this finished as quickly as possible, because rowing it up, we've got a decent sized rower now, but we really need to get it rowed up before it does go dark. I think we're going to run out of time today, but we may do. These days go so fast, particularly in the winter months when you've got limited light. We could put it on a fixed month to help us do that, but I quite like the more realism of the weather changing, and we have to plan around that. I know obviously we're still able to plant and harvest throughout, subject obviously to the weather. We haven't got a lot more to do with this field, but still take us a bit of time. We'll start to lose the light in about an hour and a half. So not long at all. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this as quickly as possible, and I will join you back as soon as that is done and we can see where we are and decide whether what else we're able to do today with this limited light. See you shortly. Welcome back. We've just finished tethering and our combine is full, so we need to quickly get a trailer so we can finish off. And empty. It's been quite a good crop because I didn't expect it to require more than one bin. I've forgotten we got some from the previous field. Let's empty this. nicely full. I'm going to leave my trailer here so we can deal with it at the end. Going to put the rower back on, and I'm going to see what disastrous mess it hasn't done very well. So what we will do is we'll take over here and we'll just doesn't seem to be able to deal with this. I might put the work on it again and just give it a bit of time, because I really want to row up these fields, this big field down here. Forgotten how big this was. Definitely a good purchase. If we had tedder was this big, it would have made the job much simpler. But never mind. This isn't going to take too long at all, which is good because we will be starting to lose the light shortly. Hopefully the worker plants the rest of that field, because I don't really want to. I'm going to end up doing it in the dark because it's finished again. Unless it's the combine. Could be the combine, I suppose. Really frustrating when it doesn't go to plan. Also, this tractor looks like it could do with a service. Hopefully it won't be too costly. We won't be able to afford it just now, but we will manage. Yeah, definitely liking this wind rower. It's making good work of this. light's starting to go already. To be fair, it's got decent working lights on this. The combine does look like it's finished, so maybe it was the combine. And hopefully although if I was to take over the seeder, I'd definitely want to put this tractor on it. It's far superior to do the job with. Probably going slower than it could do, this machine. It'd probably go quicker with a bigger tractor. But either way, we could have put a worker on it if it was a field, you see, but unfortunately at the moment, not being the case. Big machine. Hopefully it's create a few bales for us. I think the lights on this would be quite good enough to row the rest of this up in the dark, so it could be a late evening. Certainly want to bale it as well, if possible. I think what I'm going to do is when I get to the end of this row, I'm going to disconnect the tractor, empty the combine, stick the combine back under the shed, and then check on my little friend in its field, who has just said it's finished, which I suppose it could be, but going to leave it there for the moment. Let's go and pick this trailer up and do our necessary. Get this back under cover before it rains. Wrong machine. Get the combine away again before we have any additional rainfall. Should fit in the shed next to, be a bit close next to the baler. No, it won't. It won't fit in that shed. It will if I reverse in. We need to certainly look in the future at some additional sheds. Oops. It's a bit tight. Taking a bit of paint off the baler. Never mind. And we'll get this under cover somewhere. I'm sure we'll find some room. Alternatively, I could put it in the silo. I think it should go in the middle there. There we go. It's now under cover for the moment. Oh, I said I was going to check the price of milk and soybeans. Where's milk? Must have gone past it. And there it is. So the price of milk is the highest in January, so that's quite good for us. Although it is already nearly. It's actually the bakery's 13.73. Its height is 13.60. So actually, we could. We're supposed to get higher in January. Interesting. And the soybeans, best time to sell them is July. And they're not worth a lot at the moment, so they'll be going into storage then. That's an option for us. Now, we need to go and see. This worker has done a terrible job on this field, unfortunately. So we're going to have to take over. First things first, we need to get this tractor out of the way. Which accidentally dropped that off, but never mind. Oop, nearly went for a dip. So, this might be fun in the dark. But we will try. We're going to have to take over. I'm going to get this field finished and I'll join you back shortly. Ta-ta for now. Welcome back. We've completed the bodge field. And I think, well, we are going to fertilise this field, or try our best to fertilise this field in the dark, and then we are going to call it a day, because it's going to be, it's way too dark to try and finish the rest of the hay, or plant the other field, or prepare that other field of the soybeans that we've just dealt with. A bit disappointed that we haven't been able to complete what I wanted to complete today, but it's one of those things. See if we can do this successfully in the dark. We might waste a bit, but we'll do the best we can. Ooh, stop. See how it's not a bad job actually. here a bit. Where's the lighter colour? This is really hard in the dark. Hopefully. Not bad. I can't even see the edge of this field. Okay, that's probably missed a bit. Oh, it was actually very good. We have missed a bit on the edge of the other field, so I'm just going to try. There we go. Here we go. It's not the worst job. Probably see better in this view, but go straight across here and probably have one more run to do. Yep, one small run. I think that's quite a good job considering the light situation. Yep, I'm quite pleased with that. But I think that'll be it for this episode. It is only 7 PM in game, but I think the challenge is proving a bit too difficult. And we'll park up for the evening here. And then be back with you on the next episode to complete a lot of jobs. So anyway, there's a number of episodes on now. This is episode 7, so hopefully you're up to date. If not, catch up on all the episodes and see what's gone on previous to this. Subscribe so you don't miss any further episodes, and I will be back with you soon. Ta-ta for now.